Good morning, everyone. Today, back with Harry Potter and the Hallows by J.K. Rowling. That's something at page 154. Let's continue. He felt the elf freeze and released him. Creature lay flat on the cold stone floor, tears gushing from his sagging eyes. Harry, let him up, Hermione whispered. So he can beat himself up with the poker, snorted Harry, kneeling beside the elf. I don't think so. Right, creature. I want the truth. How do you know Mundung's Fletcher stole the locket? The creature saw him, laughed the elf, as tears poured over his snout and into his mouth full of graying teeth. Creature saw him coming out of Creature's cupboard, and his hands full of Creature's treasures. Creature told the sneak thief to stop, but Mundungus Fletcher laughed and ran. You called the locket Master Regulus? Said Harry. Why? Where did it come from? What did Regulus have to do with it? Creature, sit down and tell me everything you know about the locket and everything that Regulus had to do with it. The elf sat up, curled into a ball, placed his wet face between his knees and began to rock backwards and forwards. When he spoke, his voice was muffled but quite distinct in silence, echoing kitchen. Master Sirius ran away, good riddance, for he was a bad boy and broke my mistress's house, but with his lawless ways. But Master Regulus had proper pride. He knew what was due to the name of Black and the dignity of his pure blood. For years he talked of the Dark Lord, who was going to bring the wizard out of hiding to rule the Muggles and the Muggle Wands. And when he was 16 years old, Master Regulus joined the Dark Lord. So proud, so happy to serve. And one day, a year after he had joined, Master Regulus came down to the kitchen to see Creature. Master Regulus always liked Creature, and Master Regulus said, the older elf rocked faster than ever. He said that the Dark Lord required an elf. Voldemort needed an elf? Harry repeated, looking around at Ron and Hermione, who looked just as puzzled as he is. Oh yes, moaned Creature. And Master Regulus had volunteered Creature. It was an honor, I said, my girls. Master Regulus, an honor for me, him, and for Creature, who must be sure to whatever the Dark Lord ordered him to do, and then to come home. Creature rocked still faster, his breath coming in sobs. So Creature went to Dark Lord. The Dark Lord did not tell Creature what they were to do, but Creature with him took Creature with him to the cave beside the sea, and beyond the cave there was a cabin, and in the cabin was a great black lake. The hairs on the back of Harry's neck stood up. Creature's croaking voice seemed to come on him from across that dark water. He saw what had happened as clearly as though he had been present. There was a boat. Of course there was a boat. Harry knew the boat, ghostly green, tiny, bewitched, so as to carry one wizard and one victim towards the island at the center. This, then, was how Voldemort had tested the defenses surrounding the Horcruxes by borrowing a disposable creature, a house elf. There was a basin full of lotion on the island. The Dark Lord made Creature drink it. The elf quaked from head to toe, from head to foot. Creature drank. He drank. He saw terrible things. Creature's inside burned. Creature cried for Master Regulus to help, but the Dark Lord only laughed. He made Creature drink all the potion. He dropped a locket into the empty basin. He filled it with more potion, and then Dark Lord sailed away, leaving Creature on the island to die. Harry could not see it happening. He watched Voldemort's white, snake-like face vanishing into the darkness, those red eyes fixed pitilessly on the thrashing of whose death would occur within minutes. Whenever he succumbed to the desperate thirst that the burning potion caused its victims. But here Henry's imagination could go no further, for he could now see how Creature had escaped. Creature needed water. He crawled to the island edge and he drank from the black lake. And hands, dead hands, came out of the water and dragged Creature under the surface. How did you get that away? Harry asked, and he was not surprised to hear himself whispering. Creature raised his ugly head and looked at Harry with his great bloodshot eyes. Master Regulus told Creature to come back, he said. I know, but how did you escape the infirmary? Creature did not seem to understand. Master Regulus told Creature to come back, he cried. I know, but, well, it's obvious, isn't it, Harry? Said Ron. He's disasperated. But you couldn't apparate and out of that cave, said Harry. Otherwise, Dumbledore elf magic isn't like a wizard's magic, is it? Said Ron. I mean, they can apparate and separate in and out of Hogwarts when they want. There was a silence as Harry digested this. How could Voldemort make such a mistake? But even as he thought this, Hermione spoke. Hermione spoke with an icy voice in the darkness of the floors. It would never have to occur to him that they might have magic that he didn't. Of course, Voldemort would have considered the ways of House of fallen beneath his notice, just like all pure bloods who treat them like animals. It would never have occurred to him that they might have magic that he didn't. The House of Highest Law is his mother's bidding, intoned Creature. Creature was told to come back, so Creature came home. Well, then we did, Then you did what you were told, didn't you? Said Hermione kindly. You didn't disobey orders at all. Creature shook his head, walking as fast as ever. So what happened when you got back? Harry asked. What did Regulus say when you told him what happened? Master Regulus was very worried, croaked the Creature. Master Regulus told Creature to stay hidden and not to leave the house. And then it was a while later, and Master Regulus came back to find Creature in his cupboard one night. And Master Regulus was strange, not as usually as he is disturbed in his mind. Creature could tell, and he asked Creature to take him to the cave where Creature had gone with the Dark Lord. And so they had set off. Harry could visualize them quite clearly. The frightened old elf and the thin dark seeker who had so resembled Sirius. Creature knew how to open the concealed entrance to underground cavern, knew how to raise the tiny boat. This time it was his beloved Regulus who sailed with him to the island with his basin of poison. And he made you drink the potion? Harry asked. But Creature shook his head and wept. Hermione's hand adapted to her mouth, and she seemed to have understood something. Master Regulus took from his pocket a locket like the one the Dark Lord had, said the Creature, tears pouring down either side of the stoutly nose. And then he told the Creature to take it, and when the basin was empty, to switch the locket. Creature's sobs came in great raps now. Harry had to concentrate to understand him. Well, I think we'll leave it here, guys. Bye.